everyone. Welcome to class. Um, so today we are going to break the rules a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of a fusion of Pilates, Barre, and then yoga together for some core activation, for some strengthening of the seat, side seat, the glutes, and then hopefully the yoga on top of it will feel like a really nice way to explore your mobility, get a good stretch, get the heart rate up a little bit. So hope you enjoy this kind of fusion mashup today. Things that are helpful, a great banging playlist. For some of you, I sent a playlist out. I'm going to start it probably 3 songs in, so it's a little peppier. And for those who have a block at home or something lightweight, like a ball, a squishy ball, that would be helpful. We're going to use that to activate some inner thighs. So less about propping yourself up for the yoga poses today, more about having something soft, lightweight, a little malleable to help engage things like inner thighs. So a pillow can help with that. A light block, a small squishy bar ball or yoga ball. Other optional, some sort of band. So some sort of I forget what these are called, but these types of like stretchy bands. So this will help intensify the beginning of the workout if you want to plus it up. The band is completely optional. So with that, we're going to start on our backs this morning. So grab your block, grab your band, adjust your playlist as you need, get your water, your towel in place, and place this stuff at the end of your mat. We're going to roll down and start on our backs. So one thing too, as you're kind of getting situated this morning, is we are going to want to extend our arms in front of us today. So if you've got the space in your space, leave enough room for your arms to reach in front of you when you're on your belly later in class. So with that, let's start out of the gate with our seat halfway down our mat, our feet planted, knees, hips width distance apart. Take your palms, grab them underneath the thighs. Inhale, open up the chest, wing the shoulders back, and clench them behind you. Not so much clench, but more engage. Let them slide down, roll down, and engage like you're pinning something in between your shoulder blades. Breathe in here. Open up the chest a little bit more, pop it forward, and then exhale, curl the spine, let yourself C-curve, and let your arms act like hinges and only go as far back as your arms will reach. Inhale, bend the elbows, open up, pull the chest through. Use your palms to help you here and exaggerate the movement. Curl your tail, belly button to spine. Get a good stretch in the back. Keep your gaze forward. Inhale, open it up. Feet stay planted here. Exhale, curl it back. You can decide how far you want this range of motion to go and play with how deep your curl is at the base of this C curve here. So once you get here, maybe drop belly button to spine. Maybe see if you can curve a little bit more. Inhale, open up. Exhale, curl it back. Let's just do one more. You can make these as fluid as you would like. You can stop, you can stretch. And once you get to the bottom of your next C curve, hold. Release your arms and see if you can very slowly roll on down. Aha, I got more speed there myself than I wanted. Bring your feet as wide as the mat and let the knees knock side to side. Reach your arms out to the side. And as you were taking this windshield wiper, just let the back stretch out. Take it as big or small as you would like. Next time your knees fall over to the right, let them stay there. And then stack your right ankle on top of left thigh, like this fallen figure 4. Stretching the thigh and the hip away from the ribs. Get really long in the side body here. And then come back through center. Take that figure 4, keep the stack. And as you place your left foot down on the mat, open up this right thigh. You can even gently push it out. If you want to intensify the stretch, you can reach to the keyhole and just open up those glutes a little bit more, using your elbow to gently drive the thigh away, opening up that figure 4 even more. Really nice. Place the left foot down, reach right foot high to the sky, interlace your palms behind your right thigh, And then take a couple nerve glides here. So bend and extend, point and flex your foot. I have a little hamstring pull today, so I'm going to go a bit gentler, meaning I'm going to bend my knee a little bit more than I want to. So take inventory. Sometimes these stretches on our low back are a great time to see where do you need to back off, be a little more gentle, what's happening in the body. Take a couple, maybe you're rolling the ankles here, check in with your hamstrings. If it feels good to stay and stretch, stay. If the nerve glides, so that bending and extending, if that feels good, keep that up. Just loosening our hamstrings up a little bit here. All right, and then place that foot down. And let's take those big windshield wipers again. Spread your arms out wide, take up space if you've got it. And the next time your windshield wiper falls over to the left, stay. Pick up that left ankle, hook it over the right thigh, and let the weight of the heel and the stack pull ribs and hips apart. Super long in the right side body. Breathe in. And breathe out. Another deep inhale in. Open the mouth, long exhale. Placing that right foot down, keep your stack here so you come into your figure four on the other side. You could stay and gently open up the thighs a bit here. You can even take your left palm, pushing on your left thigh. Flex the foot. If you need more, you can reach through that keyhole, and then your elbow will help push out the thigh a little bit. Take your time. Our glutes, our quads, our hamstrings, huge muscle groups, so they take a little bit longer to stretch. They might be really tight after a long week. Nice work. Pop that right foot down, interlace your palms behind the thigh. Give yourself a couple nerve glides here, bending the knee, extending. Maybe point flex the toe, if that feels good. Get the feet warmed up. Every little joint getting juiced up, wakening up. Really nice work. And maybe staying and just stretching feels good. Maybe the nerve glides feel good. So go for whatever's working for you. All right, rounding up that side, bend the knee, let both feet come down to the mat. This is where optional, if you would like to use your band, loop your band around your feet like you're pulling on a pair of pants, and then let that band come above the knees to the mid-thigh. And then if you've got space, you can also squeeze your block. So right in front of the band, you might have to scoot your band down depending on how much room you've got, or the band can help lock in the block a little bit. So find what works best for this little puzzle here. As long as your band is above the knees and your block can go as high up as you would like to squeeze. So let's come back down onto our backs and just drop our belly button to our spine. Flat back here, arms reaching long, feet flat on the mat. All we're doing is breathing, inhaling in, and then exhaling, dropping belly button to spine. Feel the tailbone kind of curl off a little bit here, just an inch, and then release that. Everything extends nice and long. Breathe in. Exhale, pull belly button to spine. As you breathe out, use your breath as the mechanism for your core engagement here. You're pushing your air out so much that your belly button drops to your spine. So much so that you feel your tailbone curl off the mat and then extend. Breathe it in. Elongate, lengthen out. Exhale, breathe out. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Pull belly button to spine. Nice work. Release that nice and neutral. Now this time, inhale, elongate. Exhale, curl head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Reach forward, bring your knees into tabletop. And from here, you're going to extend everything away, squeeze the block, and then reach forward as your knees come back to tabletop. Reach everything away, biceps towards ears. Bring it all in. Reach it away, squeeze that block,
reach it away and pull it back in. Couple more like this, extend, and then bringing it back together, extend, bring it back together, drop belly button to spine. Nice work. You've got it. Let's do one more. Reach, reach, reach. Now from here, hold. Reach your arms forward. Drop the feet a little bit if you can. Extend your legs away while keeping your low back to the ground. And then bring it all in. Take a break. Woo. Give yourself a rock and roll. Nice work. All right. From here, knees back to tabletop. Lift head, neck, and shoulders. And if the neck gets really tired, just let it go back down. Rest it back down on your mat. We're going to tap both toes down and then both toes come up. Maybe you lift the palms, reach them forward. And if this is too much, you can take one toe at a time. Your props might move a little bit, but that's okay. If you drop the block, no big deal. So you choose 2 toes or 1. Couple more. Woo. Feeling that low core engagement. Oh, all right, let's do one more. You've got it. And then release that. Give your knees a drive. Oh. Rock and roll in one direction. Bring your gaze over one shoulder and then the other, releasing the neck, giving it a little bit of stretch after that. One more thing here on our backs with our props. So reaching our toes high to the sky now. And bend the knees as much as you need to give your hamstrings a little bit of slack so this is comfortable. We're going to bring, squeezing the block, we're going to bring that stack of your legs over to the right. And then bring it back through center, over to the left. Okay, if the glutes leave the mat just a little bit here. I'm going to challenge yourself and see how far you can go, stretching the legs away without the hip popping off the mat, but at one point it will leave, and that's okay. Getting our obliques here, our side body, like a clock tick-tocking in either direction. One of these days, TikTok is just going to mean just TikTok, isn't it? It won't even refer back to the clock. That will be not in my lifetime. All right, so keep up with your TikToks. Squeezing belly button to spine. Maybe you feel the side glutes actually activating here because of the props we're holding. And then bend the knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a break. Woo. Drop that block off to the side. Keep your band if you have it. We're going to rock and roll up towards our seat. So when you find a little momentum, just come on up. Swing yourself so you're on your left side body here. And your left arm is down. We're going to take some Pilates style or bar style glute strengtheners and hip strengtheners. Bend your knees, toes behind you. Your toes stay connected. Your knee, your top knee lifts up. Push the mat away. Feel the engagement of this low ab underneath you, your oblique. And then tip this knee as high as you can. When you think you can't go any higher, can you maybe give it a little push? You don't have a band, no big deal. You can do this without the band and get the same burn. Light touch on the right palm in front of you. I'm probably not mirroring you, but no big deal. All right, let's do 5 more. 5, 4, keep everything engaged. Push the mat away. 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Bring both toes and knees forward so now you're in parallel. Flex the feet and just bring the knees apart and knees together. Just 5 here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Amazing. If your band lets you, you might want to ditch your band here. Just reach this top leg back so your toes are pointing towards the diagonal behind you. Lift up again, and then let's pulse. We'll do 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Tap, tap, lift it up. Your toe can come back towards the center of the mat. So let it kind of float forward a few inches.
Give it a tap and a quick lift up. Don't need to do a huge movement here, right? Everything is controlled. Smaller, burning. All right, you've got it. Just do tap, tap, lift, tap, tap, lift, tap, tap, lift. Bring that knee forward. Oh, flip over onto all fours. Keep your band. Take a cat-cow. As you inhale, open up, pull the chest through, roll the shoulders back, tuck the toes, give it a stretch. Exhale, push the mat away, drop the head. Maybe wiggle side to side. Just keep the breath flowing. Keep the low back and the upper back stretching. Spreading the palms wide in front of you. If you would like, in this cat-cow, you can point your fingertips back towards you or off to the side to get a little extra wrist stretch while you're at it. Totally optional. Nice work, everyone. One more thing on our right side. So let's come back to neutral. Pull belly button to spine. Push the mat away. And we're going to lift the right knee out to the side, forward. Maybe you tap your bicep back and then down. Out to the side. Knee taps bicep. Knee comes back and down. A couple more of these, giving the side body a little crunch. Doesn't matter how far you go. When you pull that right knee forward, just give it a little bit of effort. See how far you can go. And then be proud of that sweat. Be proud of that hard work. Be proud of that burn. Two more. There's one. Two. All right, let it go. Rest it. Little cat-cow, little shake side to side. Gaze over one shoulder, gaze over the other shoulder. Stretch out that oblique you just burned. Okay, like this is the last thing. Lift your right knee up so that your heel is facing the ceiling. Drop that right hip down a little bit. Pull belly button to spine, and then let's pulse. Like you're stomping on the ceiling. Your foot is flexed here, giving the glutes some burn time. You got it. You got to crank the music. Enjoy. Enjoy the effort. Enjoy getting stronger. When you start to feel the burn, that's when you know you got a couple more to go. That's when the body is changing. Nice work. Let's bring that pulse back down. Ooh, well done. Stretch it out. Cat-cow. Last one. We'll get a good glute stretch after this series, I promise. Okay, other side. So I'm just going to flip towards you. Lay it down on the right side this time. Coming into our clamshells. So knees are forward and together. Toes are connected behind you. And then push the mat away so that you lift up. And then let's bring that knee high. Toes stay together. Knee peels away high towards the sky. And the hardest part is we like to sink into this, right? We get so focused on the glutes. So see if you can remember how much of a ab engagement this is for your obliques on the right side. You're getting a little bit of shoulder activation here by pushing the mat away. So we get a lot. We get a lot out of this one move. So much hip stability, hip strengthening, but without the impact to our joints. Ooh, a couple more. You've got it. I know this is burning. I'm feeling the burn. All right. Just one more. And then bring that stack forward. Knees come forward. So you're in this nice stacked L shape almost, or like a staircase. And then lift, left knee up, and then it meets right knee. So nice parallel lift here. See if you can keep knees and ankles in the same plane. Oh, continue to push the mat away. Feeling that oblique engage. Oh, just two more. Doesn't take much, does it? Especially if you've got a band. And then if your band allows, you can ditch it here if you want. Lengthen out that left leg, point the toe off to the side of the mat diagonal behind you, and let's just pulse it out. Keep pushing the mat away. Light touch on your left fingertips here.
See if you can make sure everything is kind of stacked. You're not too far forward. You're not too far back. Got a little bit of a crunch in the side body here in a good way. A little bit of extra engagement there. All right. It's about 16, right? So let's give it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just float that foot forward. You can keep pulsing if you like, and then tap, tap, up, tap, tap, up. A couple of these to finish out our series on our side. Whew. It's my favorite thing to pair with yoga. You get that stability and strength in the hips. That's so hard to do when we're moving back and forth in such a congruent plane the way we do in yoga. I think it's really important to kind of cross-train a bit to make sure those hips are really stable and strong. Ooh, nice work. Flip over onto all fours. Take your cat-cow. Stretch it out. Gaze over one shoulder and then the other to stretch out those obliques. And we're almost done with this series. So we're going to take it out to the side. So lift that left leg up and then bring it forward. Maybe you tap the elbow or tap above the elbow. You've got it. A few of these to round out side seat and obliques. We'll take a really nice stretch after this, I promise. Perhaps the sweat is flowing. That's good. We'll get into a little bit of cardio with sun A's and sun B's after this. All right, just 2 more. You've got it. If you need to take a little stretch, take a stretch. Ooh. And then let's come into the last series for our glutes. Lift the left knee up, roll the hip down so your hips are nice and square here. Foot is flexed, and let's just pulse it up. Belly button to spine, push the mat away. Keep that form engaged. This is not about the height. This is about precision. Targeting and burning out our glutes, side seat, our obliques. Oh, almost there. You've got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Cat, cow, optional if you would like. You're gonna flip over. Let's come on to our seats. Ditch your band. That probably is gonna feel really satisfying, right? And then take your figure 4. Nice long figure 4 here. Crossing right ankle over left knee. Push the chest up. Flex the foot. If you take a little rock with your stack, backwards and forwards. Take your time here. And then come forward. Scoot that left foot off to the side. Let's turn this into a little twist with your knees stacked. Your right knee is on top. Hook left elbow over and gaze over the shoulder behind you. Your back arm is like a kickstand here, so you get super tall and then you twist. Bring the chest forward, but leave your legs. Maybe you stack the knees a little more precisely and let the feet come more out to the sides. So you've got this whale's tail stack. Reorder yourself so your sit bones are on the ground. Drop chin to chest. Maybe you're reaching forward in a bigger bow. I got back on a plane for work for the first time in like 2 years, 3 years. What is time? Who knows? But my glutes are so tight. I am not even resembling my body. It's just doesn't even feel like my body. But woof. How we used to travel like that all the time, it's mind blowing. All right, come back up. Let's take the other side. Give yourself a little reach and a stretch. Roll toes and ankles away from each other. We'll start with a figure 4 on the left side. So cross left foot over right.
Open up the chest a bit here too. Puff up the chest forward. Just breathe and maybe rock and roll that stack side to side. Just got the hips a little, finding some inches in there. Easy. Breathe into it. Let's turn this into a twist. So your right foot snakes to your side, your left foot stamps over it. And then lift up here. Use your back arm as if you stand your left arm. Your right arm can hook over the knee and knees behind you. Twist. And then sliding knee on top of knee. That left knee is going to be right on top. Your feet can be by your hips, or you can snake them out to the sides a little bit, adjusting based on how this feels for the outer glutes. Drop chin to chest. Maybe walk it forward. Got your block. You can use your block to rest your head if you're feeling open and you're able to work that mobility to get down. And just take note. What does this side feel like versus the other side? It's like two different bodies to me. And it's not bad, it's not wrong, it's just information, right? All right, place that block towards the top of your mat if you're able to kind of just shimmy things towards the front. And then if you can come forward, uncross your legs. Reach your right leg back behind you, heel toe, rock backwards and forwards a little bit. And then left leg, getting a little bit of juice back into the legs. And then we'll find our first down dog. So lift those hips high to the sky. Spread the fingertips wide. Pushing down through the base knuckles. Bend the knees. Tip the tailbone high to the sky as you bring your chest towards your thighs. And then if your ribs are swaying out, you tuck them in just a little bit. You let the heels extend towards the ground and stay in your down dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Reach your right leg high to the sky. Bend the knee. Open up the hip. Take a stretch. Lift the right knee up a little higher. Push the right foot back behind you a little bit more. See if you can square off the shoulders. And then squaring off the hips, bring the knee forward and through in between your hands. Low lunge, gaze forward. Breathe it in. Exhale, step left foot forward, hang heavy. Options to grab opposite elbows, rock side to side. And then rolling yourself up, keep reaching up, high towards the sky. Grabbing your left wrist here. Let's take a side body stretch. Reaching up and over to the right. Root down that left foot. And then come back up through center, grabbing the opposite wrist. Take your side body stretch. Rooting down through the right foot. And then keep reaching up high towards the sky. Take a bow in towards you. Reverse swan dive. Deep bow here. Inhale, lift up. Lengthen everything long. Roll shoulders back. Prepare. Inhale in. Exhale, plant the palms. Step it back into your plank pose. Knees, chest, and chin to get a little extra stretch. Rolling shoulders back. Release feet. Pelvis comes down. Rolling the shoulders back, baby cobra. Inhale. Long neck. Exhale. Inhale it in. And exhale. Last one. Breathe in. And breathe it out. Quick child's pose. Tense the fingertips. Rock and roll the forehead on the mat. Get a little massage. Coming back up through all fours. Use your block if you like. or elbows onto the mat. Walk your knees back for an extra long tabletop here with elbows down. Take your Anahastasana stretch. Head towards the blocker, snake it in between your shoulders. Forehead comes down to the mat. Point the prayer pose behind you. Stretch the upper back. Stretch those shoulders, those traps. Nice. Releasing the arms, reach them forward. Slide one arm back and then the other. Push yourself up. And we come back into downward facing dog. Paddle out the feet. Shake the head. Yes. Shake the head. No thanks. Find a moment of stillness. Bend the knees. Tip the tailbone high towards the sky. Close the eyes. Breathe in. Open the mouth. Breathe out. Deep inhale in. Deep exhale out. Inhale in. And exhaling. Reach the left leg high to the sky. Bend the knee. Open up the hip. Lift the knee up a little higher. Push the heel back behind you a little bit further. Square off the shoulders. Stretch. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Squaring off hips, pull the knee and the foot forward and turn between your palms. Knees forward, low lunge. Stay as you pull the chest through. Breathe it in. Exhale, take a bow, forward fold. Now, option for this next series, if you'd like to challenge yourself but do something a little different, take your block, squeeze it in between the inner thighs. I promise you can do the whole series with a block in between your thighs. All right, so from here, let's roll up slowly. Make sure the block is secure. Squeezing the block in between the thighs here. Inhale, reach up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bow. Come back down, bend your knees if you need it. Inhale, flat back, prepare. Exhale, plant the palms. This is where you can take small hops or one bigger hop into your plank pose. Coming all the way down to your belly, or if you're ready for your chaturanga, take your half push-up. Inhale for upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Amazing to feel the inner thigh engagement through that series when you've got the block. Squeezing the block, you'll feel everything turn on. It makes inner thighs burn, obviously, but it recruits your outer glutes and your abs and your core. Kind of a fun, well, depends upon your definition of fun, but interesting and different way to use props to explore your practice. Now, if you've got the block, obviously you need to take a few hops to get to the top of the mat. That is fine, or one hop. If you don't have the block, give yourself a walk to the top of the mat, take a bow. Chair pose, Utkatasana, bring the seat low, chest high. Small, tiny tuck of the tailbone so you can open up the chest and pull belly button to spine, sit low. Weight is in your heels, breathing in and breathing out. Another deep breath in, long exhale. One more breath. And then bow into you, swan, dive it down. Inhale, come to a flat back. Lift the torso, lift the tail, lift the crown of the head. Plant the palms back. Maybe you jump back into chaturanga with your block. Flip the feet, come into your upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe, 5 breaths here, and then we have one more round. Breathing in. And breathing out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale in. And exhale out. 2 more. Fill up the backs of the lungs, the side lungs. Fill up anywhere that feels tight. Well done. Gaze forward, bend the knees, tip the tailbone high to the sky. On empties when you jump it forward. Little lift as you gaze forward and bow. Chair pose, Utkatasana, bring the seat low. Inhale, open up the tail, open up the chest and tiny tuck of the tail. Breathe it in and breathe it out. Breathe it in, squeeze your block. It does burn. Doing this in solidarity, I got you. And then we bow, release it. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, plant the palms. Maybe jump it back into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Well done. If you've got the block, release it. Give your inner thighs a little break. We're gonna move into some sun bees. So from here, let's root the palms down. Enjoy our downward facing dog. Breathe it in and breathe it out. Now let's lift up the right leg high to the sky. Hold the knee and the foot forward in between your two palms. Back heel extends out 10 degrees. Inhale, we lift up warrior one. Hips are square. Breathe it in. And right back down we go. Breathe it out. Plank pose. Maybe you keep this right leg lifted as a challenge. If you're taking your chaturanga to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, left leg lifts. Pull the knee and the foot forward. Left foot in between your hands. Back foot out 10 degrees. Inhale, we lift up warrior one. Hips are square. Exhale, we come back down. Perhaps you keep your left leg lifted as you take your vinyasa through. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze forward, jump forward, or walk chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit low, breathe it in, and breathe it out. Inhale in, and exhale. Last one, breathe it in, and breathe it out. Take a bow. Inhale, come to your flat back. Exhale, step it back. Chaturanga or vinyasa through of your choice. We meet and downward facing dog. Take a break. 3 breaths. Inhale in and exhale. Deep inhale in. Ooh, let it go. Down regulate. Use your breath. Inhale in. And exhale. Nice work. Reach right leg high to the sky. Knee towards your nose and then step it through. Warrior one, here we come. Back foot out 10 degrees. Hips are square, reach high to the sky. Deep bend in the front leg. Take it on down. Maybe you keep that right leg lifted for your vinyasa. When we meet in down dog, we go right away. Left leg lifts up, knee to nose, foot in between palms, and then lift up. Warrior one on the left side. Left knee is forward. Back foot, 10-degree angle. We come back down. Let's jump it into chair pose at the top of our mat. Sit low. You've got it. One more breath. And then take a bow. Take a rest here. We deserve it. Little modified sun B, right? To get our heart rate up. Maybe you interlace the palms back behind you. Stretch those shoulders. Take a deep bow. Getting the heart rate up a little bit. Stretching, moving, flowing, breathing. That's what sun bees, even if you modify them, if you break the rules, that's what they're all about. All right, bring your palms down. Little stretch here. Bend the right foot deeply. If you'd like your block, you can place your block underneath your left palm. Right arm up. Little standing twist. Maybe you gaze at the thumb. Yeah, nice. Bring it back down. Right palm down. Straighten out right leg. Left knee bends. Take a twist. Maybe you gaze at the thumb. Nice. Come back down. Place your block forward in front of your mat. Step it back, plank pose. We meet in down dog. Maybe you'd like to take child's pose, take a rest. Maybe you'd like another vinyasa. You choose. We have 5 breaths.
You can take it in child's pose. You can take them in down dog. What motivated you to click on this video? What motivated you to move today? What was the desire? Did you want to feel stretched? Did you want to get a little sweat? Did you want to get stronger? Nice work, everyone. The next little block should feel like a juicy yoga reward, hopefully. That was a bunch of work from Pilates and Barre style activation through modified Sunday knees. Let's give ourselves that juicy reward. Let's lift that right leg high to the sky. Pull the knee to the nose. Pause, push the mat away. Can you touch, kiss, knee to nose? And then right foot in between the palms. Inhale, we lift up high lunge. Breathe into your high lunge. Deep bend in the front knee. Micro bend in the back knee if you want it for your back. It'll help you drop your tailbone a little bit. And then open it up, warrior two. Check the feet. Is your right heel intersecting an imaginary line with the center of your back arch? You drop your tailbone a little bit. You cup your hips and then make sure they're even. Rebend the front knee a lot and then reach the arms with a lift from underneath. Push into the back blade of the foot. So many things, right? And once you click them all on, staying still becomes an exceptional amount of work. To the back, peaceful warrior. Your legs do nothing. It's only your torso that moves. And then straighten the front leg for your reverse triangle. Toes point towards the outside of the mat. Heels in. We sit into goddess pose. Let's take a stretch for the arms. You're going to flip and face you. So right arm underneath, either grabbing opposite shoulders or taking an eagle grab where you press forearms and palms together. Seat comes low. Maybe you want to move. Move those hips. Absolutely. Get a little mobility. Maybe you want to pulse. As long as the knees are pulsing over your second toe. That's where your knees are tracking, so you're pressing them back, 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 or sitting. Staying still is for you. You choose. Almost there. One breath. Reach everything up high to the sky. Oh, it feels good, right? Take a bow, forward fold. Point your toes forward as you start to come down. And take a stretch. Maybe you reach your palms behind you. Maybe you're interlacing your palms behind your back. Maybe the twists were calling you. So keep hips square, left palm down, right arm up. And switch. Start to tune in, listening to what your body wants. Come halfway up, gaze towards the top of the mat, walk yourself forward, and then we meet in a low lunge at the top of the mat. Back knee down, inhale, we lift up, beloved Anjaneyasana. Oh, what a gift. Spread the arms wide, tip elbows forward, reach palms out. Squeeze your thighs together here, lift up a little, reach everything up. Exhale. Goal pose as you let the hips stretch forward. Two more like that. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, we lift up. Exhale, we stretch. Nice work. Palms frame the foot, front foot, tuck the toe. Come all the way down to your belly and stay there. Little stretch. Reach your arms out wide, T-shape. Keep your block if you like it. With left arm extended, bring your right palm towards your chest and start to roll over this arm. Top leg is your kickstand as your right foot comes down. Maybe you're reaching right arm behind you. I love a block underneath the head here. It is not necessary. Just to be nice on my spine. Nice work. Use your kickstand foot to help you come back onto the side body. Use your palm to help you gently roll over onto the other side. Right arm extends out like a capital letter T. Left arm helps you push onto the side body. Top arm maybe reaching behind you. Delicious, juicy chest stretch. Shoulder stretch. Come back through center. And then let's lift up for a low baby cobra and then lift the palms behind us like we're pushing away heavy air. And then float the toes. Give yourself a couple pulses here with the palms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach it forward. Long and wide as you can, maybe all the way forward if you've got the space. Swimming, let's float the feet and then kind of pulse them up one at a time like you're kicking the water behind you for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift everything up and then take a rest. Palms form a pillow. As you come down, shimmy shake those hips side to side. Push it back, child's pose, take a rest or a stretch. Maybe thread left arm underneath. A little extra stretch here. Option to keep hips high or let them come down towards your heels. You're threading, take the other side. Okay, one more side, yogis. We've got this. So come on to all fours. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Find your down dog first. Spread fingertips wide. Push the weight into, don't push your weight into anywhere, but your weight comes into the base of the knuckles. Press your chest towards your thighs. Maybe bend the knees, tip the tailbone high to the sky, and then let those heels come back down. Right, let's go get into our flow on the other side. Reach that left leg high to the side. Knee to nose, stay. Maybe kiss. Connection point there. And then stomp. Place. Gently place. Left foot in between the palms. Inhale, we rise, high lunge. Micro bend in the back knee. Might feel good for the back. Square off the hips. Deep bend in the left knee here. Reach it, reach it, reach it. Breathing in. Breathing out. Deep inhale in. And exhale. Last one here. Breathe it in. And on your exhale, you open it up, warrior two. Find all those points we know to align. Front of the heel intersecting with an imaginary leg with the back, center arch. Maybe you cup your hips and then decide, are they even? Looking at your fingertips, can you maybe push a hip down or lift one up? Rebend the front knee and then lift from the arms underneath. Reach them wide, pull the belly in, drop the tail. Suddenly, so much work. Keep breathing. Deep inhale, and we're wrapping that knee back behind us, almost like it's pointing over the second toe. Deep inhale in, long exhale out. You've made it to the back, peaceful warrior. Lower body doesn't move, but upper body stretches. Enjoy. And then stretch that front leg. It probably wants it by now. Reverse triangle. Coming up, fly takes you up into this beautiful X shape. Point toes towards the outside of the mat, and then hips down, goddess pose. Your knees are going to be pointing over your second toe. Think of wrapping or pushing the knees behind you. Reach your arms in front of you. This time, left arm underneath, grabs for opposite shoulders, or you take a single or double wrap with the arms, pressing forearms together, pressing palms or fingertips towards palms together. Goddess pose. Get as low as you can. Maybe you liked those pulses. Really feeling the heels and the glutes, that connection. Pulling the belly in. Maybe you like swaying side to side, stretching the hips a little. Maybe you're staying still. All great options. Inhale, reach everything up. Oh, take a bow, point your feet forward as you stretch. And take a hop back. From here, yogi's choice. Maybe you want to take a headstand from this position, a tripod. Palms are down. Head comes down. Elbows are bent. And then you play with lifting from this position. Your palms are down, your elbows are pointing high towards the sky. So something to play with if you like it. If you don't want it, don't do it. Just bow, take a stretch. All right, one more breath here. Gaze towards the front of the mat. Walk yourself forward. You are in a low lunge here. Rock backwards and forwards. And then let us find our plank pose coming all the way down to our belly. Nice. Once we get down to our belly, if you've got the block, great. If not, don't worry about it. We're going to take that swimming again, but reach the block forward. So if you need to scoot down on your mat, maybe you do. Pulling belly button to spine. Let the forehead come down. Belly button to spine so you feel those abs lift off the mat. And then on an inhale, lift the feet, start kicking, a little gentle bubbling of the water behind you, and then reach the block forward. Gaze is down and long. Reach that block forward. Option, you are circling one arm behind you to pass the block off, and you're taking these rotations of the arm, passing the block behind you at your glutes, reaching it in front of you, and then switch the direction. Oh, maybe you're getting a lot of snap, crackle, pops like I am. Feels satisfying to get them out. All right, and then rest. Place the block down. Little pillow for your head. Rock the hips in one direction and then the other. Oh, a little Pilates style swimming. Next up is a Sphinx. It should feel great. Forearms down, elbows in front of shoulders. Plant the palms down. Push the mat away so you're not a little hiding turtle. You are ready to see the world. You are up. You are engaged. And then, like you have sticky paper on the forearms, pull the chest forward and through. Pop those ribs off your hips. Find length in the spine. Feet or hips with distance apart behind you or wider if you've got back stuff. Maybe take a look over to the right shoulder. Down, release the head. Over left shoulder. Down. Gaze forward and rest. Little pillow with the palms, wing your elbows side to side, rock hips back and forth, take a break. Option for one more Sphinx, or you are taking a seal pose with your palms wide out in front of you, off the mat, and you push up into a seal with straight arms. Micro bend the elbows if you're hyperextending. You can walk those arms in if you would like, only if it feels good on the low back. You can take low baby cobra flows here. You can take a Sphinx. Seal is obviously optional. One more breath. Bend the elbows, let that go. Child's pose to counter that out.
feet towards your heels. Options, knees and ankles are stacked or toes are together, knees apart. If you have a block, sometimes it's nice to just rest your head on the block while you're in child's pose to root down. All right, yogis, next up, malasana squat for a long hold. Option to take crow pose. So long hold malasana. Block is helpful. Place it underneath your seat. Your heels are in, your toes are out, similar to that goddess pose. Your hands are in prayer pose, and you're using your elbows to push the inner thighs out. And then drop the shoulders, find that length in the spine. A lot of times in malasana, we're hunched and we're leaning back. So sometimes using the block is really helpful so you can get that straight spine. And I'll face towards you so you can see the heels in, toes out, elbows in. So here's our hunched position, but then you drop the tailbone, you push out. There's a lot of engagement here. You push the thighs out, and then you roll the chest up and you squeeze those shoulders down behind you. Hers at the center of your chest. You can stay here. You can work on opening up one arm at a time and a beautiful diagonal. Come back to center. Work on the other diagonal. Maybe you work on using the block and taking this flat on the mat. Reminder to try to come up as tall as you can, depending upon how your hips are feeling, and use the block. Row. Might be worth taking a quick malasana to stretch the hips and to center yourself, ground yourself down. Then you lift your hips up. If you've got the block and you'd like to step on the block, that might help you lift your hips to the height you need to come forward. Toes come on the block, so toes apart, heels together like a ballerina almost, so heels together, toes apart. Place the palms down, bend the knees as much as you need to get those palms down. And then your knees are gonna wrap around the upper triceps and biceps. Gaze forward, puff up the back like cat pose. And you have to look forward because that's the direction you're going in before you lift one toe and then the other. Couple more breaths for you to play. You don't have to use the block underneath the feet for crow, but lots of options here for strength, for stretching, for both. Couple more breaths. Playtime just a little. 3 more breaths wherever you are. Nice work, yogis. You're going to come into a pigeon pose. So not overly sequenced to get there. You can place your block midway down your mat if you'd like it for your pigeon. Just step back and over your block. From down dog, reach your right leg high to the sky, and then bring your right knee towards your right wrist. Flatten out that shin in front of you, draping it across. Inchworm the back heel back behind you. Use the block underneath the hip. Stay up as long as you would like. Take your time coming down. If the block is helpful, you can keep it underneath the hips. If you don't like it, lose it. If this is too much for the knee, if you feel sharp pain in your knee or it's really uncomfortable, take a figure 4 on your back or on your seat. You deserve to stretch in a way that feels good. We have different variations on a theme, right? So that we can stretch our bodies in the way that we need to be engaging them, in a way that feels good, in a way that's productive. So if you're in pain, this stretch won't be productive.
Couple more deep breaths here. Inhaling in and exhaling. Breathe it in and breathe it out. You deserve this long hold. And maybe while you're down here and you're thinking of this juicy reward, this long stretch, of what else you could do today that would feel like a nice productive reward. It's taking a few minutes to yourself in nature or just outside your home, a nice indulgence. Going for a little walk. Break away from technology, from any dwelling conversations that aren't serving you. Nothing is more healing than a quick walk outside, right? So maybe plant one more gift for yourself today in your brain, something you can accomplish. With that, let's switch. Coming back into down dog, keeping an eye on any props you need for the second side. And then let's lift the left leg high to the sky. And then left knee towards left wrist. You drape that shin parallel across the mat. And then you inchworm, inchworm, inchworm this back foot behind you. Stay up as long as you need. You don't always need the pressure and the weight of the torso on the glute, on the knee, on the joints right away. Sometimes staying up is helpful to give the body a little bit of time. Then slowly come down if the body wants it. Hopefully after a few long breaths, you're feeling a little open, a little more open. Body surrenders a little bit to the stretch and gives it, like, yeah, I'm here, okay, I can do this. I can stop clenching, I can ease into the stretch. Nice work. You can roll over onto the hip. It's underneath you, your left hip. Swing your right leg forward. Take any props you might want for a rest at the end of class with you, or for a stretch after class. Roll yourself down very gently onto your back. One bridge to stretch. So bring the feet hips width distance apart. Fingertips can connect with the back of the heels here to give you some adjustments before you drive those heels into the ground and then lift up. Interlace your palms underneath you. Slide into those shoulders like a nice stable stack underneath you. Drive the palms, the forearms, the biceps and triceps down. Drive the heels down to lift up. Squeeze inner thighs. Stretch. As you breathe, can you feel that stretch even more through the chest? And then releasing your palms, undulate down, upper, middle, and then low back. Give yourself a nice drive with the knees, cupping the knees, rolling in one direction, and then the other. Yogi's choice to close here can be half happy baby, can be a twist. Can be another figure four. Listen to your body, see what it needs, what it's craving. One more. Give me One more for your 4. Give me a little twist. You're doing something that needs both sides. Make sure you switch right about now. And yogis, we will come into our final rest. Might need a classic shavasana, maybe slip a pillow or block or blocks underneath knees. Have a little extra back support. Palms can wing out wide. Maybe you're taking the legs up the wall. Or Baddha Konasana with soles of the feet together, knees apart. Your final pose feels restorative, feels like you're doing less, feels restful. That's the pose for you for this final few moments. Consider all the work you did today. So much complementary work with strengthening and stretching, getting the heart rate up, down regulating it. Maybe come back to that initial desire. What made you want to move today? It's that thing, that driving force. Why is it so important to you? Yourself why again. And then maybe we find our motivations are a little more sophisticated than we initially thought. I showed up to class because I wanted to be strong and flexible. Why is that important? I want to set a good example for my family. I want to live a long, healthy life. Why is that important? Keep asking the why, and maybe you'll surprise yourself. Maybe you turn that into your sankalpa. Final destination you find, that final desire, or close to final. You turn it into a short positive phrase. Becomes your little drumbeat, your North Star for a few weeks or a time. Some people say that yogis manifest things, but I just believe they're more goal-oriented than people think they are. They ask the questions. Why is this important? Why do I care? Why is that important to me? They drill down, they self-study, and then they put a little map in place. Maybe some of the paths are in dotted pencil, they're not fully carved and etched, so there's room for a little editing as you go. Breathe into this sankalpa. Breathe out. Let that energy float around you. Breathe in. Let it out. Sharing that energy out into the community. Last one. Breathe it in. And breathe it out. Invite small movements into the body, or maybe even bigger movements if you're ready for them as you reach, stretch, breathe. Rolling over onto the right side. push yourself up with your palm, come into a comfortable seat, maybe sit on your block, whatever feels good. Welcome yourself to the rest of your day, your afternoon, your evening. Thank yourself for putting in all the hard work with the bands and the blocks, the props. They're really just a means to explore our boundaries, our strengths, what we think we can do, what we can actually do. We learn. That is self-study every time you show up on this mat. So breathe it all in. Inhale, reach up. Collect it all. Join it at the top of the little prayer, then pull that prayer into the heart space. Take a bow. Honor it. Light in me sees and recognizes each individual light in you. Thank you, yogis. Namaste. Have an awesome day. Drink water. Fuel your body with good foods. Give yourself a little gift today. Maybe that walk. Maybe that extra tall glass of water. Or just a conversation with someone you love. Be well. See you soon. Mwah.